Welcome to another exciting edition of The Ravens Flock. Welcome one, welcome all. On Saturday, October 7th, we are here for another great edition. We have lots of things to talk about, lots of stuff that's happened this week, and we're here to share with all of you. And we hope that you strap your seatbelts and buckle up for this ride. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. I'm also the host of Wrestle Rewind. I am the founder, the content manager, and executive producer of this channel. And on behalf of everyone on this channel, we appreciate each and every one of you tuning in right now. Joining me on my left is the host of Los Amigos Play, a man that runs solely on video game machines inside his body.
It's the only thing that I have left for blood anymore.
Mr. Angel Mendez.
Hello, everyone. Thank you kindly for joining us for another episode of The Ravens Flock. It is a joy, a pleasure, and an honor to have you here. As usual, I hope that you enjoy the show as much as we enjoy making it for you.
And joining me on my right is the host of the Black Files, my typewriter for Wrestle Rewind, the man who puts in the man hours and behind all the videos that we produce on this channel every single week. A man who strongly endorses spite, obey your thirst, Mr. Juan Arauz.
Thank you for that fine introduction, Jose, and don't you ever forget the mister.
And much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and kick.com/theravensflock. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable notifications on all of our content. Leave your questions and comments below, and we will answer as many as we can while we're live. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you will have exclusive access to all the perks that comes with being a member. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we've got plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis that we've made just for you, letting everybody know that you have taken up the mantle. You are helping the Ravens Flock break free in our however long it takes crusade to release ourselves from the shackles of late-stage capitalism in order to keep us from working at a job in front of life-crushing computer screens, doing something we hate, doing something that we don't love, and instead replacing it by shackling ourselves in front of a computer, doing something that we love, which is entertaining all of you, discussing our hobbies, our passions, our interests, the latest news of the world of nerd and pop culture, and we want to do that full friggin' time. With your help, we will succeed. We also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store. Link in the description below. You also get access, and of course, to us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite Motley Crue nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, your ideas on how to better shape the future of this channel to better suit your tastes, needs, and desires. Well, let's go ahead and say hello to the folks in our YouTube chat. We've got Kurisi Rando-sama. Hey up there, Kurisi. Thank you for helping us hold it down. Aaron Cooper. Mistress Meg came in the chat with the $1.99 super chat. The signature Ginger Doggy Farting Hearts, of course, as coined by Steffi
That's a
Alternate.
Shiba Inu. It is known as the precious entity in the internet known as Doge.
The Doge.
The Doge.
Such money, much investment. Wow.
Quite purchase. We also got D Nice Santi up in the chat. Lisa Boo, Project Metal Music, Shelby Fitzgerald, Gene Rick. Hey, up there, Gene Rick, Green Eye Dragon. Let's see here. I said that. And Nikki Bella, of course. Of course, how can we forget Nikki Bella? We can't. There's no way to forget Nikki Bella ever.
And of course, it is reminded that your presence here is what keeps us going. Every small amount of money that you drop into our coffers increases the treasury of our kingdom, so we may crush our enemies. And also, go to Japan someday. But more importantly,
not just someday, we're going in 2025,
we
Angel.
are sincerely thankful for the fact that you guys are here, because every day that you are here justifies the reason why we are here.
Oh, yeah, Brandon Torres made his way into the chat.
Thanks,
Up there,
Brandon.
Brandon.
Welcome, Brandon. Welcome.
We've actually, I wanted to bring something up over here, guys. I said it on Thursday night, and I said it on Wednesday night, and I'm going to keep saying it until I get satisfaction. This past Wednesday, we were supposed to all be turned into cyborgs. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember the wonderful, beautiful rumor from all the very trustworthy and totally sane and not batshit crazy people that told us that the COVID-19 vaccines that we're all getting for free have nanomachines that if the emergency alert system tone actually goes off in those people that have those nanomachines who've taken the vaccine, that they will become mind slaves and cyborgs. And I gotta tell you...
Where is my chassis?
Hey up there, Steph the Alter Nerd.
Hey
She's
up,
in the
welcome,
chat.
welcome.
Steph,
The lovely lass
Steph,
herself.
you seem to know a lot of things. Could you tell me where is my cyber CNT muscle fiber outdated that I'm supposed to be receiving?
You know what? I'm gonna squash this right now. It's
What?
not gonna happen. We've been
No.
gypped.
Listen,
Ah,
Jose,
come
first off,
on.
that's racist. Second off, how dare you say that we'll never have it? Angel has been living his life passionately, extolling the virtues and soundly endorsing the proposals of cybernetic transhumanism.
Wancho,
It's one
are
of
you-
the few
hang
things
on.
that he and I can agree on. Do you know why?
Why?
Because on the one hand, it helps with my egalitarian worldview, where everyone can live in harmony without prejudice to race, gender, or ethnicity. And Angel gets what he wants by having robo arms that turn into Gatling guns.
No,
Yeah,
it's
well-
a win-win.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it's corporate America. You think they really care about that?
They
No.
should. Do you have any idea how much money they could make, not just on the purchase of those nanomachines, but on the maintenance? It's the maintenance that keeps us up, baby. Hey, up there, Mistress
I
Meg,
just
your
want
resistance
to
is
be
futile.
heavy
You're right.
arms
Oh my
gun.
God! Okay, can we move on?
I can't move on. I want my nanomachine. I want a refund is what I
Son.
want. I want a refund,
Man, this
okay?
update pack was garbage.
These
I
are
was
the worst
promised the
nanomachines
back
ever. Thanks a lot, President Biden. You
Thank-
didn't even give us good nanomachines,
Thanks,
son.
Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Where are my nanomachines?
Thanks, Trump.
motherfucker?
Y'all supposed to give us nanomachines, and it didn't happen.
How disappointing.
You know what? Do you have any idea what nanomachines could do? Do you have any idea? They're
Bigger
incredible.
dick.
Bigger dick. You can have
Yes,
a
I know.
robo
You can
heart.
have.
You
can
don't
have
have to
a
worry
ro-
about your heart. I wouldn't have to worry about my beatus.
We wouldn't have to worry about the bees. We wouldn't have to. We would have new legs. We'd have
You
new
could
arms. We
hardly
would have new
respond
eyes.
to
You're
physical
absolutely
trauma.
right. Can you imagine, Angel? Imagine a world where we
You're
wouldn't
dragging this
need
out, man.
glasses,
What
where
a
our
shame.
eyesight would be perfect in 2020 no matter what.
Oh shit!
Imagine it.
Nice, DeSanti. Thank you for being a member for 2
2 months. An inner flocker. Hell yeah. Please continue to support Andy. I had the surgery last year, then cataract shortly afterwards.
I think that's
He's
our cue
lucky
to move
He
on,
was seen
because-
fast. I had to wait for Rona testing. Holy
Damn,
Lord.
that sucks.
What mean?
You know what
I'm
would be
bleeding.
good for eyeballs? Nanomachines.
You're
That would have been
taking too
excellent.
long.
I'm not taking too long. You have to let me bury the lead. Also, the Chaos Droid made his way up there.
Listen,
Chaos Droid.
I'm not saying that I don't understand the horrible foibles of a cyberpunk crisis. I'm saying that those jackets were really fucking cool and I want one.
And that way, when you can throw your jackets away, you can have an extra arm pop out from your shoulder to pass you a freaking Mac 11 that you're hiding
Exactly.
under your
Okay, well, you
shoulders.
know what? It's not going to happen to us, but there is one person who could benefit from having cybernetics implanted.
Indeed.
You're damn right, and that would be our big bro from another mom, brother from another mother, the Lord and ruler of Popcorn Planet himself, Mr. Andy Signore.
I'll go ahead and take
No,
over from
Brandon-
here. You've rambled on for
No,
5 minutes.
Brandon was like, "Thanks a lot, Richard Nixon." This is all Nixon's fault. Actually, you know what? Worse.
Nixon's
It's
dead.
It's worse. It's
That's
worse. It's
what
Reagan's
they want
fault.
you to think.
It's actually Reagan's fault. If it weren't for Ronald Reagan, we would all have nanomachines by now.
Damn.
Anyway, so let's
Our
get to the
presidency has failed us, guys.
gentlemen. Let's get to the meat of the matter. So
All
on
right.
Thursday, on his channel on Popcorn Planet, Andy Signore reported himself that he was that he had to rush over to the hospital because he was having issues with his left eye. And then it was reported earlier today. He went under the knife this morning, and thankfully, the operation was a success.
That's
Now-
right. Our boy survived, and now he gets to rock a cool eye patch for a couple weeks.
Now, if you don't believe us, if you don't want to take our word for it, by all means, you're free and welcome to take his, because I'm pretty sure everyone who's in the audience has already seen this video by now.
Let's
No,
them the clip.
Well, I'm showing the folks who, since we are proper internet journalists and internet assholes, we sort.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna show the video.
No, we're sourcing. We are showing our sources over here, Jose. That's
Okay.
what we're doing.
Right.
That's what we have to do. It makes us better than them. So I didn't
I
do
want
this
to be
thing.
better at being worse.
Actually, I do because I deserve it. Maybe it's Maybelline. That's not the right window. That's you guys. Hi there, you guys.
Hello.
Okay, and it's only blurry because I don't have the actual window pulled up.
yeah,
There it is.
Because it shows the entire operation down to every grisly, disgusting detail.
That is the video that was posted on Thursday.
It was
So
Thursday night. And
on Thursday night, and to give the
hold on, that is an awkward. That was an awkward like.
Spectrum Mobile,
No.
here to tell you the importance of your eyeballs.
Okay. He's actually Andy was trying to take the time to show folks exactly where the issue was, and he and since he was at the actual, he was actually at a hospital. I believe it was at USF Health.
USF Health, yes.
Yeah, and he was actually going through the motions, like, okay, exactly where it is. Here's what happened. He's got a detached retina. All right, folks. Basically, that's exactly what it sounds like. The little bit around your eyeball that helps you see, it literally just said, no, thank you. And it apparently has something to do with some sort of degradation behind the actual membranes in the eyeball, and it sucks, and it's a nightmare. Do you have any idea what he was looking at?
I
was he
actually
looking
seen
at?
documentaries of this stuff.
Imagine, Jose, if you would,
Yeah.
that was all he was able to see.
By the way,
And it was getting worse and worse and worse.
By the way, if it didn't get operated enough, the little fragments of the membrane that break apart essentially rot away. So the aqueous humor, that's what it's called.
Yep.
The liquid inside your eyeball basically gets filled with decaying bits of membrane, and because it's basically dead tissue, it infects the rest of the eyeball. So eventually your eye turns this shade of dull red crimson, and the whole thing becomes useless because it's like a mold on fruit, basically.
No, actually, no. Imagine it as a cavity, Jose.
Yeah.
Imagine it as like a cavity in a tooth, except that, and if it actually gets bad enough, you know how you got nerves on your eyeball that go directly to your brain?
Yeah.
Imagine that.
It kind of messes with the nerve connection, and eventually the eye becomes useless, and they
No,
gotta pluck it out before it starts infecting everything else.
And if it don't, then there goes the eyeball number 2, and then that would go bye-bye.
It's amazing how big these things are when you think about it.
It's a pain in the ass.
but-
It's horrifying.
But thankfully, like I said, the operation was a success. I'm not going to go into the details of what they did because that's a little too much for us to say here. But Steph the Alter Nerd did give us an update on his condition. Right now, yeah, he is still in the hospital. He is still in recovery. He's going to have the eye patch on him for quite some time. I believe it's going to be a matter of weeks before he takes it out.
Actually, no. Here's what's up. They're going to take the actual patch part itself off. I believe, according to Andy's second video, which is over here, you guys can see it for yourself. This eye patch, he's going to be like the surgical one. I think he said that it's going to be coming off. Stop that. Okay, it's going to be coming off later this evening, and he's going to be free of it for 2 weeks, where he's got to be basically living face down. And there's the other video that you fine folks can watch. Green he was? What do you mean green he was?
Okay, so 2 weeks of being face down before they remove the eye patch.
Oh, no, but 2 weeks of him being face down in order for the actual oil and stuff that you put in there to fix it all, in order for it to actually stick, because otherwise it'll come dislodged and there goes all the work.
What do you mean Odin? You mean Odin like that?
Langchef's berry.
Like the
Odin.
Like the One Piece character Odin?
No, as in the Odin Allfather, as in Anthony Hopkins.
Oh, okay, they're calling him Odin.
I mean, to be fair though, the story of Odin is a little different.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but
wasn't.
And then Andy ripped out his own eyeball and threw it down the internet well to obtain ultimate knowledge.
That would be so badass, but I
badass.
know that Andy, as much as a principled man he is, would not literally sacrifice an eyeball in order to gain ultimate knowledge.
I would if he gave me ultimate knowledge. Are you mind how
Ultimate
amazing
knowledge?
that is?
Well,
That being
folks, let us know in the chat if you would pluck out your eyeball
Would
for
you
ultimate
sacrifice
knowledge.
your body parts?
Jokes
for ultimate
aside, we here in the Ravens flock would like to wish Andy Signore a speedy recovery.
knowledge? Of course.
You're damn
He's our
right.
boy, and we appreciate the fact that he survived, even if he looks a little on the punished side of things right now. But nonetheless, we are genuinely happy for him, and the fact that his eyeball is relatively in one piece. Hopefully he'll recover his 20 by 20 soon after this.
Actually, Angel, according to the doctors, his eyesight will never be 20/20 again, but it'll be as close to it as it can possibly get under the circumstances.
Makes
We're
sense.
looking at glasses for him to
Eyeballs are
immediate
pretty
future.
much-
Well, take a look
delicate
at the actual
things.
glasses that he's actually got over here. Do you see these things? Those are Coke bottle glasses. Look at the damn things. I will zoom them
I used
in.
to wear those when I was in high school.
Hold on. I will zoom it in from our thumbnail. Look at that. It magnifies his face and shrinks it like 3 times over. It's crazy.
In a
that-
better world, there would be no men like me. But this is not a better world.
Now you're over here saying that he was going to be living rather punished. I disagree respectfully. He's actually going to be okay. I'm not going to lie, Andy. I know you don't know a lot about this game franchise. I mentioned it
It's
to you
kind of
last
funny
year.
how much he looks like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Angel. Like, have you seen Andy lately? Like, have you taken a look at him? That guy's rock solidus.
Ha. And of course that's us leading into our joke of Andy. He can, if he wants to, dress up
become
as
the president of the United States.
Solidus Snake.
He just
From
needs
Metal Gear Solid 2.
Just dye
Okay.
your hair white. You can do it.
Yeah, just like seriously, all you got to do is get some white hair paint for your hair and for your beard. We'll pass you a pair of katanas. We've
Now
got
it's
them.
time to duel to the death, Jack. Wait, why? No, this makes no sense. Also, I kill your parents. Wait,
Also,
why are we
I'm your
fighting? This is stupid.
Also, I'm your godfather,
Jack.
and I'm Snake's brother. And I was the president. No, seriously, this guy is a total badass, and you get to run around with Doc Ock arms on your shoulders.
I feel so bad for him in 4. He gets so disrespected in 4.
He does.
No, Andy,
like, wow.
I promise you, if you do commit to it, if you want to be a part of that, I will help you put that costume together. It will be hilarious, and it will be awesome. And it'll give you a good excuse for you to be able to...
According to Nice Santi, the buoyancy of the oil is greater than the aqueous humor in your eye,
or
fluid. Hence the reason why you need to be strictly face down. You basically have to force the thing in because otherwise you'll float out.
Okay, that
because
explains...
oil and water and all that jazz.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, no, that explains perfectly exactly.
Honestly, I can't begin to imagine how that must feel, like post-surgery, having to lay face down for 2 weeks.
Yeah, he's got to live face down for 2 weeks. Do you have any idea how much of a pain in the butt that's going to be? He's basically going
to see the sun again after 2 weeks and go, finally. After all these years, and just drop dead on the spot.
No, he's not going to drop dead. He's like, wait a minute. Oh, crap. I forgot the equilibrium works and probably, like, get a head rush
I don't know how to walk anymore. I have lost
all
the muscles in my legs.
But fortunately, in that 2 weeks period, I'm assuming that Steph the alternate will be holding down the fort.
Absolutely, Jose. Steph is a badass bitch. And I say that with the utmost respect to our sister from another mister. Steph is Andy's producer. She is working on Popcorn Planet over here, and she's helping hold down the fort. And if any point in time, if Andy's able to do any sort of health updates, you're going to get a really awkward angle of him face down on like a pillow. No, he actually showed in the... He actually showed in the...
I know. We're being ridiculous.
We're trying to take a little bit of the sting off because...
He's gonna walk like opposite of Professor Farnsworth in that Futurama episode where he got bended face down. Now I'm sad again. Yeah, that's good enough for me.
Like,
that's horrible, man.
No, I kid you not. Take a look at how he had to show himself in the actual pillow in the second video over here. That pillow is tiny as hell, and...
It has to be. If it covers your whole face, you'll suffocate.
Yeah, no, but like no, it's tiny and it has a little slot in the center. I thought he
it
showed
does have a
himself
slot,
underneath
yeah,
it.
It does have a slot in the center. Like
it's a glory hole pillow.
God dang it! No, the little slot looks like the little Mandalorian visor.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a glory eye hole pillow.
God
better?
dang it, Angel! Okay, in all the fairness over here, like I said, we're trying to help take the sting out of all this because Andy was reasonably and understandably really horrified when this happened over here. He was.
Can you blame him?
Reasonably so. We have to add some levity to this because if we don't laugh, the only other alternative is to lose our minds and go into depression.
And we don't need that, and Andy certainly didn't need that. A lot of the folks who went in after he made this announcement over here, folks were throwing in direct donations over to him on his PayPal in order to help out with the hospital bill. Because even though Andy's got good health insurance, just like we've got our good health insurance over here, the fact of the matter is we live in a corporate hellhole when it comes to our healthcare system. Believe me, we know! Don't ask us how!
We live in the most boring cyberpunk dystopia you've ever seen. Our medical teams don't even get into firefights on the street anymore.
Exactly.
So
no,
depressing.
like, what the hell is that? I thought that these guys carried packs of syringe and adrenaline over here in order to use it as chemical warfare in case of an emergency.
Listen,
apparently that stuff's strictly regulated.
If your ambulance is not getting into a firefight with another ambulance to get to the patient first, you have failed as a society and as a government and as a medical industry.
We need to have our freaking ambulance service the way you have it in Twisted Metal.
Exactly. High speed, high caliber, no rules. Society, do better. Where is my max tech?
Angel, it's not going to happen.
Come on,
but
man.
The point is, every single one of you find folks from the Popcorn Planet community, and anyone of you guys who are part of the Ravens Flock community, all you inner flockers, everybody that we've got over here, I know that Andy's already expressed his gratitude and his unwavering thanks to each and every one of you guys, but we're thankful as well. Andy's a big brother to us. He's been a big help, and he's a brother from another mother, and we
absolutely
want
he did help
the best for him.
He helped put our channel over, and we really appreciate it.
I'm pretty sure some folks that really shouldn't be appreciated on this shit, because actually there's always going to be somebody trying to poo-poo the mess.
I don't know. I really don't want to bring him up because I don't want to promote him on.
No, we're not promoting him. We are disgracing the father mucker over here. We are denouncing the father mucker.
I don't want to give this idiot attention.
And we're not talking about Andy. We're talking about this other dude.
There's
over
this
here.
other guy who decided that now was a good time to dunk on Andy.
A dude that supposedly called himself like a friend or a colleague or whatever to Andy is a gentleman by the name of The Quartering. He is another YouTuber, much more famous than us, much more successful. He's got contracts with people, including with Rumble. If you guys don't remember my rant about Rumble, go check back a couple weeks ago on the Black Files. I've got beef with Rumble. Primarily the fact that they wouldn't pay out our boy Louis Lecca from Nerd Report when he wanted to try to expand himself, which is why we say, come to Kick. Kick it back with the Ravens flock over here, Louis.
All right.
Kick it back with us over here, Andy.
Okay.
They can kick it up, right?
They can kick it up. But now getting to it, so yeah, I guess we're going to address this idiot. So the Quartering decided to share Andy's video and added his own just a screenshot of it on Twitter and said, and I quote, "I'm all for clickbait, but dude's at the optometrist because of an eye issue. Bro, I may have been watching less at ATC, etc., but I had genuine concern. Quotation, it's really bad. Elicits fear and panic for your many subscribers. Maybe a bit much over an eye issue. Hope you get better, though."
Really? See, that's a compliment sandwich, this is him saying, I'm all for clickbait. That's for the first compliment. The middle over here is crapping on the guy. That's the meat of the sandwich. And you end with the compliment. Hope you get better, though. That is how a compliment sandwich is made, and that's why I don't like them, because they're always dishonest horse shit.
Well, it's a good thing I have my own version of compliment sandwiches where I don't say anything passive-aggressive.
Whereas Andy went ahead and responded yesterday, basically saying this, and I quote, "Actually, I'm in the ER going fucking blind waiting for eye surgery. It's scary as hell. My producer made the video since I'm not in studio and, best case, won't be able to sit upright or work proper for weeks. I've been warned by an eye surgeon that I may never read again." So yeah, I'd say it's really bad, friend. I'm grateful for my friend and producer Steph the Alternerd title and help post the video, as it is accurate. It has also helped my fans know to send support that I needed right now, as well as share stories to help ease my mind as I face the unknown. I always defend you when folks shit on you behind your back, because I respect you, your family, and all you built. You also had been a true friend behind the scenes for all your help getting me back going, or remonetized, etc. But what an awful public take, brother. With all respect, the last thing I ever need from you is a lesson on clickbait titles. I guess because I consider you a friend, I would have assumed the same standard, whatever you need support, you give others, even once facing potential charity fraud, rather than feel the need to shrug off and add negative energy during a massive life-altering moment in my life as, quote, an eye issues for clicks, unquote. But thanks also for kind of wishing me well. I could use it. My family and I are indeed wishing for a speedy recovery so I can continue providing that for them the way I know how.
Has the Quartering responded to this?
Are you fucking kidding me? The guy's a coward. Why would he respond to being shat on publicly for being a dumbass? Why would he?
I don't know. He really didn't waste any time dunking on him in the first place, but okay. You know what? That's just an example. Like, if a person is actually going through like a life-altering, like life-threatening situation, like, come on, man, don't be assholes online. Don't dunk on people, okay, man?
I've actually got something over here from Andy. I need a moment over here, Jose.
Yeah, by all means, but this is an egregious example of, you know, okay, he's not one of the detractors of Andy because, oh god, there's a lot to unpack with those people, but this is an example of someone completely belittling a critical situation
and trying to diminish something, man. Something painful and so. Hang on a minute. Here it is. I sent it to you, Jose, and I think it got a little lossless over here, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you, fine folks.
It's just go ahead.
Exclusive update from the man himself, Mr. Andy Signore. Here it is, and I'm gonna play for y'all right now.
Go for it.
Hey, what do you guys think? My new look. Pretty epic, right?
Dude.
Arr, matey. Arr. I'm doing okay. Thank you for all the nice messages. Love you guys. Hey, what do you guys think?
I see a spot for him in the Gasparilla Parade in the future.
Oh, absolutely. If he doesn't get made like a what do they call, like master of ceremonies or whatever, or like the parade master parade leader, Andy has earned that kind of freaking like kudos over here.
Or just dress like a pirate just because on Pirate Day, if they're, you know.
Like, dude, no, Gasparilla is our pirate day over here in Tampa, in Florida. We celebrate the fact that we got invaded by pirates and we have fun. And the pirates went ahead and just goofed off for like 10 days or whatever. And Popcorn Planet, hey up there, folks, man. Andy, the man himself, is in the chat right now.
Not gonna just go dunk on Jeremy. Dude.
Gotta be better than the person and move on, but he can piss off. Hell yeah!
Hey!
Exactly!
And that is what we call a bigger man. He may be useless on one eye, but Andy has perspective.
Damn right. Andy, if you are able to see this over here, do us a favor. Check out this guy. Check out this homeboy, this gangsta.
Oh my god.
Solid as Snake. He's a badass G from the Metal Gear Solid video games. I'll help hook you up with the costume if you want. Check it out.
We appreciate the fact that you managed to bounce back from this difficult circumstance and that you managed to avoid the worst case scenario. It's good that you got that stuff in there in order, and here's to hoping for a full and successful recovery, my man.
Absolutely, Andy.
We'll keep an eye on the situation. Ah, shit.
Asshole!
Dude,
it's okay. It's okay.
Angel just lacked vision of.
Sometimes we just don't see eye to
eye.
That doesn't mean we can't hurt each other.
Angel, come on! What the hell?
Fine. I'll take it out of the line of sight.
Oh my god.
Shit.
We are terrible friends, but we love you. But seriously, dude, Andy.
This is the shit I gotta put up with.
It's okay. If you seriously don't mean it like that.
If you seriously consider it, I will help you put this costume together for some time in the future. I'll help hook you up with the swords, with the freaking Doc Ock arms. All you gotta do is bring your eye patch and maybe some white hair paint or whatever, like for costuming.
No, it has to be authentic. We gotta mess up his eye again for real.
No, we don't! My eye's already
messed
up.
If you just hit somebody the right way on the side of the skull, you can just...
No, Starscream!
The whole thing can just fly off like a golf ball.
Stop it! No!
You need to see my vision.
Angel, he's already got this vision down. He will bring the Sons of Liberty together.
Folks, these are the people that I work with.
You are merely blind to my expectations.
God damn it.
Nonetheless, Andy,
we're going to hell.
Hear our dumbass talk. We're glad that you're doing okay, man. We're glad that everything's going well on you. And, well...
Exclusive for you, too. Quartering wrote me privately, said he stands by his statement since 90% of the people recover. Really? Really, dude?
Well,
that's his reasoning?
Well,
Come
then...
The fuck on.
Well,
sometimes it's better not to say anything.
Yeah, it's better for him to, take his public L and just, here's the L, and just, take it.
Come on, Jeremy.
Put it over here, put it in a closet.
Your channel is so successful for a reason. Stop saying dumb shit.
Like I said, folks, it's not cool to dunk on someone who's going through a life-threatening situation.
Unless, of course, they are a world-class asshole. Hi there, Onision. See you in court next year.
Some people
keep your rage to yourself, buddy.
Fine,
some people deserve scorn, but we gotta keep our, we gotta look ahead on this matter and concentrate on what's really important. Our boy Andy has recovered from a very dangerous operation. His eyeballs are getting better.
It's just the one eyeball.
Just the one.
His eyeball is getting better.
He's on the mend.
He's on the mend, and he'll be perfectly good to go in the future. And hey, Gasparilla comes around. He can actually show some proper support to the Buccaneers.
Hells yeah.
Who actually have been winning games for the last few years.
I know. How the fuck is that possible?
We sacrificed Andy's eye. That was the only way we could give them this power boost.
Absolutely.
Don't unplug his glasses. He can go cry about stuff.
Hey guys, after all, you can't spell popcorn without R.
Yeah.
What the? Wait, where is it? What?
Popcorn.
Art. I get you. Well, you can't spell it without corn.
We are terrible
which we are
at this.
corny.
Yeah,
happy healing, Andy.
Healing indeed.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Wangchef's Berry. Don't unplug his glasses; he'll die. Right?
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next piece of news.
Well, we do actually. We've in all honesty. We care about our YouTube siblings over here: Steph, Andy, Lewis, Kim, Amy,
Geeks 5 Ever,
Jesse Goku, Zeros to Heroes. All you guys are real top dogs. We care about you guys. We're absolutely proud to call you siblings on YouTube in the community. And I gotta say, I'm feeling like we're actually in a really good spot right now. Angel, I know that we were making a bunch of jokes about cybernetic transhumanism.
I was kidding, to be honest.
No, you weren't.
Okay, no, I wasn't. But
Angel, I know that you've got
Angel, you're a very ambitious person. You want this to happen.
Listen, I know that you've got a secret crush on Steph the Alternate because she's partly a cyborg. But the fact of the matter is, you got to keep that stuff to yourself. Wait,
you're adorable, Juan.
You
honestly think I can still love people?
Oh!
I respect your idealism in this cruel world. Then again, if I could fall in love with a woman, it would be Steph. After all, she's an imaginary waifu.
She's not imaginary! You shook her hand!
Get fucked, UK!
How dare you, Angel! She's real! You met her, you shook her hand!
She's a
Jose gave her badass shades like his!
Bro, listen,
we sang, we drank, she danced and booty shook.
The brain dance is good, but I think it's left some lingering effects in your cyber implant. you're having hallucinations.
Don't you gaslight
I
me
think
here.
our boy's going cyber psycho over here. We might have to get
Cyber psychosis.
Don't you freaking try to...
You need to downgrade. You put too many of that shit in you. Listen, some metal is just not meant to mix with meat.
Angel, I'm not going to allow you to freaking gaslight me in
I
this
can't.
bullcrap.
Do I look like I can afford gaslight? Do you have any idea how fucking expensive that shit is in Night City?
Yeah, dude, Angel, Gaslight is pretty expensive. Like, Angel can't even afford his own video game copy of Cyberpunk 2077.
Exactly.
I can't afford to pay
Bruh.
attention.
Choom,
Which is
this
why I'm not
shit
paying
is
attention
too
to you.
expensive.
That being said, when Cyberpunk 2077 came out, and it was in what, 2020?
2020, and it got righteously lambasted because the game was, for lack of a better term, incomplete.
Yeah.
Just like that
Dogs.
Backstreet Boys song, except not as fun.
Yeah, like
It gave us a lot of hype. There was a lot of promotional hype behind it.
It was
had
breathtaking.
We had Keanu Reeves. We had Keanu Reeves as like the face of the game. It's beautiful. You couldn't ask for a more wholesome spokesman / main character.
Which is
than-
ironic considering the incredibly dreary and cynical setting of the game. But
Right?
it fits, right?
But-
also, let's be honest, he just wanted an excuse to swear his ass off.
I mean, like listen.
Stick a fucking gun in your mouth and pull the trigger.
Being the nicest and most wholesome actor in the history of mankind, he's got to have some kind of measure to unload just a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
he
a
gets
little.
in his car with his dog and drives angrily.
Have you ever seen him like with that really bad sandwich to say? Have you seen him with that bad sandwich? He had never got over that bad sandwich. That's why he acted
just
in
wanted to
Cyberpunk.
No, he didn't, and I don't think a lot of the people who bought Cyberpunk 2077 will get over their gripes with it. But
However-
despite the imperfections of the game, it still has its fans. And then around 2022, Netflix released their own anime series of Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
A 10
Which is-
episode series that had everybody. It was so good that it made people go back and go, perhaps I treated you too harshly. Ironically, this resulted in the co-producer of the game going, no. We deserve the harsh treatment, which is why we're dropping this massive series of updates to address all the issues of the game. And as of now, in 2023, Cyberpunk 2077 is what it was supposed to be when it came out. A fantastic first-person dystopian game with extremely expansive combat system, choices that affect the story, and incredibly well-built skill trees. Like right now, it is genuinely worth getting the game.
And now it looks like Cyberpunk 2077 is going to take it one step further.
Angel, would you like to do the honors?
It begins.
Okay.
Gentlemen, the Cyberpunk 2077 live-action project is now in development.
Oh yeah!
It's time! Okay, I
This
know.
article comes to you by The Gamer, written by James Troughton. Troughton. There we go. It was published on Thursday.
CD
Holy-
Projekt Red is partnering with Anonymous, Anon.
Anonymous content.
I mean, what better word to create Cyberpunk than 4chan?
damn
Anonymous
it, Angel, that's
content,
not how it
known for making films like The Revenant and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and a series such as True Detective and Mr. Robot. Wow.
Yo, those are badass. Okay,
These
no,
guys
seriously.
are tailor-made for this
I say
setting.
True Detective was fucking badass. It's got Matthew McConaughey, and I think like he found his distant relative, Woody
Yeah.
Harrelson.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, and
Oh.
Woody Harrelson together, and of
Nice.
course Mr. Robot, Rami Malek over here. He was also the bad guy in No Time to
Apparently,
Die.
they want to develop a Cyberpunk 2077 live-action project. Now, the details are unfortunately scarce. The project appears to be a TV show, given that CDPR is working directly with Anonymous Content Studios, head of television Garrett Campbell, as well as the chief creative officer David Levine, who previously worked in HBO's EVP and co-head of drama. Okay, so this looks like a good dream team coming together
He
here.
oversaw series like the True Detective Westworld and Game of Thrones.
Wow!
It's all-
Hopefully, it was during the good seasons of Game of Thrones.
No, as in he was overhead of all the projects. He had to sit and look at D&D at the end of season 7 or 8, and they're like, guys, just bring it to an end.
Guys,
Get the hell out of here.
You fucked up. You fucked up real bad.
Yeah, no,
But
but
Star Wars, yeah. Star Wars in the future. This is now.
focus, you idiots.
Right now.
And they
It's also
fucked
being
up.
helmed by AC Studios, which is known for such series as Saint X, The Last Days of Tommy Gray, Time Bandits, and Disclaimer. Those
All
are
right,
nice
all
places.
right. The new project is in an early development stage and has currently commenced searching for a screenwriter to tell a brand new story set in the world of Cyberpunk 2077, wrote CDPR. The project will be developed in close collaboration with the Cyberpunk 2077 creative team. That's good. This is not the first time they expanded. Of course, on top of a series of comics, it released the Netflix series Edge Runners in collaboration with Studio Trigger.
Which,
And
by
earlier
the
this-
way, we absolutely love Studio Trigger over here. One of the best anime studios in the world,
Good
bar
job.
none.
At breaking our hearts.
Right, for real?
And earlier this year, it released a novel written by Rafal Kosik called No_Coincidence. Like the show, comics are novel. The new live-action project will expand on the world rather than adapting the game, as they've seen in recent series. You know what? I like that. I like the idea of
don't just do an adaptation, just like expand in the world, kind of like they did in the Animatrix thing. You know,
it's the story of a different character because Cyberpunk is Night City is pretty goddamn big. We can do something.
There's a lot of people trying to thrive, survive, and probably cause some crimes in Night City in the world of Cyberpunk 2077.
Exactly.
Totally worth
the
it.
Witcher games followed on from the novels, which were later adapted into live action. But Cyberpunk 2077 has its roots in gaming. It's set in the world of Mike Pondsman's 1988 TTRPG Cyberpunk, more commonly known as Cyberpunk 2020 or Red. Interestingly, 2077 wasn't the first video game in its world. In 2007, Mayhem Studio released a 2D platformer called The Arasaka's Plot, in which you took the role of Sam Gibson. Going by its runners and CDPR's other adaptations, we'll likely meet a new character to follow in this project.
It's going to be so beautiful.
We'll have to wait and see what happens. In the meantime, CDPR just released the 2.0 update with the Phantom Liberty DLC starring Idris Elba. These are the last big updates of the game, as the game is pretty much complete to go right now, and CDPR proves to move to another Witcher project, and apparently Cyberpunk 2, titled Project Orion. They're still discussing what to do with it. Clearly, they have high hopes for the world and the stories it can tell with it, both in its own games and through other mediums. Looks like we're about to get possibly another amazing live-action adaptation, boys.
As well as a sequel to the original video game.
I am extremely excited.
That's going to be wonderful, man.
All I ask, let them cook. The original Cyberpunk 2077 was announced way too earlier, and they still needed more time, and it took 3 years to get it to this state. But right now, I would recommend that someone could buy it, because it has all the patches, all the fixes, the difficulty is finely tuned, and it looks beautiful.
Just like
absolutely.
It looks
that being said, you know the fans are going to demand that they want a freaking like live action Lucy.
No.
Surprisingly, not yet.
Yeah, I think.
Are you sure about that?
I have not seen any complaints about that yet.
There's as many fans of the Edgerunners character Lucy as there are. Let's not lie to ourselves. Let's not kid ourselves here.
She's on the moon, man.
The fans are going to actually want something a little bit more meaty. They're probably going to want a cameo appearance for like 5 seconds of either Idris Elba or Keanu Reeves' characters.
Well, the Keanu Reeves ones is going to be a little impossible based on what happens in the game.
Oh, what?
Idris Elba, a little more possible.
Okay, right.
That's all I'm going to say about it.
Okay.
That being said, if we could have a completely new character played by Keanu Reeves, or, you know what, better yet, have this be taking place during the events before the events of the game, when Johnny Silverhand was still rocking it on the stage. I'll be down for that.
That would be badass.
Listen, I don't care if he's expensive. Get Keanu Reeves in there. So.
I'm pretty sure Keanu Reeves, number one, he knows
he would just do it just for fun.
He's
a passionate guy.
Do I get to have a silver hand? Yeah.
Well,
do I get to twirl the gun like the animation of the game? Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
I'll do it.
That sounds awesome.
I'll do it.
Hey, Norman Reedus. Let's go ahead on another motorcycle road trip. We got a city to burn.
Can it be a cyber motorcycle? Yeah.
Can I also bring my funky fetus baby? Yeah.
We can think about that too.
Death Stranding.
Kojima just kicks the door down. Someone call me.
No, that'd be the. I hope you'll pardon us. We're sort of rambling and hopping across. Yeah, but
that's how we operate, brother.
But if you actually look into it, Norman Reedus and Keanu Reeves have been doing like this little mini series where they have been basically going on motorcycle road trips, just talking about the movies they've done, fucking life, and all this stuff. And I'm like, somewhere out there, Hideo Kojima and the folks at CD Projekt Red, they're on like a Skype call like, yo, you seeing this shit?
Are you filming this?
Are you filming this? Write
that down. Write that down.
Write
that shit down.
The masculine urge to start a podcast with your bros. The Rogan gene deep within your heart.
Right?
The Rogan gene.
Like, seriously,
Can you just imagine like an actual like Rogan-style podcast with those two? Like, hey, Keanu, play the clip of that time with the motorcycle. Do you mean the one where you completely white? Yeah. Play that one. You guys are going to see. It almost killed me. You guys are going to love this.
You see that?
You see that? That little corner of the street, my skull was 1 inch from getting split open by that thing like a chisel.
Thank God you had a helmet on, Keanu. That would look like it was gnarly. You want to know how gnarly it was? Speed up over here the next frame. I actually had my hands up the whole time.
Check it out. I got the helmet. I picked it up from the police station.
Hey up there, Matthew Coburn. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Ravens Flock.
But-
Andy was in the chat, and I appreciate every single one of you guys showing up over here.
Thank you.
And to be perfectly fair, we're just trying to keep it light. We're trying to keep it hearty over here because we love our buddies, we love our friends over here in the Ravens Flock. We've been gushing about like cybernetics and the cyberpunk future and all this.
Actually, you know what? I might as well throw this question because if we're gonna go to the setting of cyberpunk, one of the things that it's very attached to cyberpunk is the lack of true love. In the world of cyberpunk, drugs, sex, and violence are as easy to find as, carbonated drinks at a gas station. There is a point, one of the saddest points in the original game of 2027. Slight spoiler, V, during the ending of the story, the main character is in a bad place. You can one of the things you can do is find prostitutes and have sex with them. Do you know what happens in one particular case if you go get a prostitute?
What?
All that V asks is to have their hand held.
Oh, man.
Oh,
That's it.
Man.
And I guess the closest thing that we ever got to love happening in Cyberpunk would be in
actual
Edge Runners, the
emotion stuff,
chemistry between Daniel Martinez and Lucy.
So I took the time to investigate a bit of the setting to find out why Lucy's so fucked up in the head. So there is 2 internets in the world of cyberpunk.
Oh, like a surface level internet and like
There's
dark
a web
shit?
and then there's a dark web. The dark web is filled to the brim with rogue AIs.
Oh,
The
you
only
gotta be
reason that
kidding
they have
me.
not destroyed the entire setting is because there's a giant wall protecting the outer net from the internet. The wall itself is an AI, and yes, there is a great risk that it might go rogue itself. So,
You gotta be kidding.
there are people trained to go in there, to bypass sections of the wall to investigate, because in that place, hidden technology, secret information, dark shit is happening.
That's where you can find the good stuff.
The problem
Corporate
is,
espionage,
it's
like
incredibly
medical
risky.
tech, and all that good jazz.
There's also a bunch of rogue AIs literally fucking with the data, producing things that we have never seen. You could go in there and come back with technological discoveries the world has never discovered before.
Has never thought of.
But
couldn't conceive
if
from a
they
human
catch you,
mind.
they will fry your goddamn brain. Lucy was forced to go in there several times
She
as a
almost got-
child,
She almost.
Yeah,
got
I remember
fried.
the backstory.
which is why she doesn't listen or trust anybody. Now, here's the thing. This is my question for you boys. If you were in the setting of cyberpunk, you need a weapon. You gotta protect yourself.
Of
I
course.
want you to tell me, what kind of weapon would you have and what name would you give her?
Zay?
That's a very good one. I would say shotgun.
What would you call your shotgun?
Ooh, wow.
She's gonna save your life countless times. You gotta give her a name. She's your baby.
Yeah, you're right. I would call her Florence.
Florence. Very nice. How about
Well,
yourself, Mr. Arouse?
I get it. Jose. Florence and the Machine. Ha.
Ah,
Ha.
Very nice. How about you, my man? What would you call
Let's
yours?
see here. If it was up to me, I had a little bit of training in fencing in kendo, so I'm gonna have to go with a katana.
Okay, so we're going blades. Are you looking like regular sword, or are you talking mantis blades that come out of your arms?
I will go with a regular sword. I don't want to fuck around with my body that badly.
Why would you call her?
Chikara.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Easy.
Personally, if I could choose one, it would be handgun. One of those high caliber monstrosities with a slide cock on it. I would just call her Centerhead
God dang, you're
for
insane.
Cerberus.
Folks, if
Okay, then.
folks, if you like this sort of sci-fi talk over here, do us a favor. Let us know in the live chat if there is any particular kind of like cool badass weapon you
What
want.
would you call
a
your weapon
gun,
in
a
the
sword,
cyber setting?
a freaking lance. What would you call
The
your
one that
weapon?
gets you through all those scrapes when the deal goes wrong and the eddies are coming short for you.
So yeah, let us know in the
let
live
us know
chat
in the
over
live
here.
chat and we'll take a look at it.
Oh,
But-
you know what I hope though? I hope this project succeeds because I want cyberpunk slang to make it to like real world.
oh my god,
Angel-
if only.
Angel,
I
there's a-
want to get together with all my chums. You know what I mean?
That being said, not.
Sorry, guys, say go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna transition. I was gonna segue, but you were
I'm trying to help us. Go ahead.
Oh no, but that being said, we now.
In the world of listen,
I'm
I'm gonna help set you up here. I'm gonna
yeah,
help you.
because you're over here jumping to tab to
No,
tab.
because I'm trying to figure out. And
Let him
exactly
get
what
to
we're
the
gonna-
sentence,
let me help
Juan.
you
It's
here,
okay.
Jose. It's okay. We're gonna do this together. That's what we do. All right. Because in the
Well,
world,
let the credits go low, and then we'll have to do something.
Okay,
in the
no,
world
no,
of
no. I've got my
cyberpunk-
bearing. I got my bearing.
Get for
Okay.
it.
Unfortunately, not everything is going. Not everything is all happy and hunky dory in other video games.
Alas,
There, that's as good as I could get.
I
God
was
damn
trying
it.
to help give you a proper segue over here because in the world of cyberpunk, it's not just it's not just cool robotics and cool guns and cool shootings. There's corporate espionage. There's all sorts of different political and socio-political upheaval, and a lot of that really just has to deal with how you treat your fellow man. Right now, we're dealing with that shit And that live action Cyberpunk series isn't going to take off until like the union strike with SAG-AFTRA goes up, which is why I actually personally still support unionization. And
especially now that the video game developers are on strike.
That's right.
Yeah, the video game developers are on strike as well, and they're trying to fight for their rights to a living wage, to actually be treated like human fucking beings.
So, of course, the big corpo has to remind us that, yes, they are pieces of shit and they deserve every single bad thing that ever happens to them. The Buster Sword, huh? It would have to be a broadsider.
And he calls it Excalibur, or the Buster Sword.
Toy slasher. Mine would be an assault rifle, and I would call it the Virgin
Hey, up there.
That's pretty good, actually. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Now,
and Kodisi over here is saying twin katanas and call them Lady and Justice, or call them Kitana and Jade.
Hey, nice Mortal Kombat shout out.
All right.
Now, unfortunately, things are not looking so good in the land of Canada, which, as you know, is currently working on the newest Dragon Age game, Dragon Age Dreadwolf. Finally, the furry menace can thoroughly be exterminated like we always needed to.
Angel, furries are not the villains you think they are.
Oh, no, you're right. They're worse.
There are a lot of assholes, but not all of them are furries.
Listen, I'll be right saying, I have never been to an anime con that requires STD testing.
I have.
I'm sorry to hear that. Which one was it?
I can't say. It's
it was fucking ShadowCon, wasn't it?
Well, ShadowCon is dead, so who cares?
I guess they should have tested a little more thoroughly then. So, things are not looking very good as Canada's first ever unionized game staff working on Dragon Age have all been fired.
What?
According to Rock Paper Shotgun.
Comes to us by Rock Paper Shotgun.
By Mr. Khan Serene.
Yeah, and this was just published yesterday. Go ahead, Angel.
So, just last year, the Q&A contractors working on Dragon Age voted unanimously to become Canada's first ever video game industry union. Now, sadly, the Keyword Studios employees working on the RPG have all been laid off after the employer decided they were not going to renew their contract.
What the fuck, man?
Welcome
Keyword
to game
Studios
industry.
QA staff were initially contracted to assist with play testing on the 4th generation of mainline Dragon Age RPG. All 16 employees then voted yes in favor of unionizing last summer, making history as Canada's first video game-related union. The group cited low pay and instructions to go back to work in the Edmonton-based office as reasons for their actions. According to Polygon, the UFCW, the United Food and Commercial Workers Canada Union, representative confirmed that all 13 QA workers who were assisting BioWare lost their jobs in late September. Keyword's head of marketing, Liz Corliss, then said the terminations were due to, quote, the end of a fixed-term client contract. Bullshit!
Translation.
Sorry.
We made it up.
There's something in the air here. Sorry about that. Okay. Would you like to continue, Angel?
And now, former Q&A tester from Keyword Studios, James Russworm, also told Polygon that the union have filed an employment standards complaint against the studio as they seek out a better severance package. That echoes the action taken by a group of the laid-off BioWare employees who is suing their ex-employer for adequate severance. So not only are we going to fire you, I'm going to put like 2 pennies in your pocket and kick your ass out of my office.
Get you out of our office and get away from us.
Although
you
the
smell of
poor. Only link via Dragon Age Dreadwolf. BioWare's recent behind the scenes have also been bumpy. The story studio recently laid off about 50 employees.
What the
Which
hell?
included senior developers. Yeah, we talked about that a couple of
episodes ago. You're right. Jesus.
Like, bro, I had never seen something with the president going, hey guys, professional programmer here, 20 years of experience, just got laid off BioWare. Looking for a job.
Oh my god, you're right. I remember that.
Imagine the last thing you ever worked on being Mass Effect Andromeda. And
wasn't that
a
$40 million disaster that never
got
patched
$40
properly?
million spent on backflips. Then, as mentioned above, 7 of those former employers filed a lawsuit to fight for a better severance package. Here's hoping that both of the staffs land on their feet.
Here's his A-back.
And that's all they're saying about it. So yeah, once again, the big companies have decided that it's not enough to throw away new talent. Old talent is also to be burned out, chewed up, and spit right out into the street.
Because apparently that's what a human being's worth is these days. Just throw them out of our wall. Get them out of here.
Nah, fuck it. Them corporate suits need to save money.
Should we even be surprised? This is the same suits that are perfectly fine with replacing people and NPCs with AI if they can help it.
Just remember, Juan, WWE does this too. They release their talent in new ones and old ones, and that also includes their staff just to save a couple of pennies.
I remember, Jesus, they got rid of Dolph Ziggler Signore. They got rid of these big-time guys. Shelton Benjamin, I told you about him.
Just throwing people away. Just
like-
fucking dusting chaff before the wind.
Just like, that's the thing that everyone's really pissed off about, and that's why you're seeing a lot of people here in North America really going gung-ho supporting union workers right now because of just how shitty their layoffs and the conditions that they've got are being dealt with. The United Auto Workers, they're still fucking trying to fight for a decent wage. They're even also trying to get set up. Get this, I don't know if you don't know this, Angel, and it's the auto workers are actually trying to get set up with a 4-day work week without loss of pay. Meaning, you pay us 1 week, 5 days a week, we get the same amount of pay, but make it 4 days a week. Imagine that.
Will they have to work more hours to compensate for the time lost for the
possibly
company?
Yes, and there's also the pay increase to compensate, so there's a 1-for-1. But listen, Angel, I don't know if you know this, but if it wasn't for the actual United Auto Workers Union, all the way back in the fucking day, like 100 and whatever years ago, when they were actually being murdered by the Pinkertons and shit.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those guys, we wouldn't have weekends to begin with. We wouldn't have a 5-day work week.
Hey guys, this is gonna
It's been
sound
100
crazy.
years. Let's
It's
maybe
gonna
make
sound
it 4
crazy.
days.
Maybe this small child shouldn't be like on jamming the incredibly dangerous industrial machine.
But we're giving him 2 pickles and a 6-pence.
Well,
That's totally worth his time.
He lost 2 fingers.
That just means that he gets an extra 6-pence.
He
Fun
needs
fact.
to feed his family.
What family? He's a child. Well, he already has a wife and 3 other kids. Wait, what the fuck?
They're all orphans.
He's
They're all
like
orphans.
12. Yeah,
They're
I know.
all orphans.
The 12-year-old gets up and he looks like a fucking WW2's like prisoner. I grew up fast. No, for real. It was that bad.
It really was that
Yeah.
miserable, and if it wasn't for the United Auto Workers, we wouldn't have a 5-day work week to begin with. We wouldn't have a lot of the child labor laws put in order to help with that shit.
Please
and
consider.
now, 100 years later, they're trying to say, hey, let's try to push for 4-day work week.
Look, guys, I want you to take a moment to account to the fact that we need a goddamn union to go, hey, maybe we shouldn't work literally every fucking day of our lives. Hey, maybe children should not be around these extremely dangerous working conditions.
Maybe we should have enough money to eat.
Should I be able to? I should be able to decide not between feeding my family and paying my bills. I think I should have money for both.
Just
Sorry, that sounds like
insane.
gibberish to the ears of the corporate office suits.
Corporate be like, if I can replace you for a vacuum cleaner, I will.
But
Dude, remember, man, the top folks that run businesses,
The brass
they don't.
doesn't care.
The brass doesn't care about the little people. They don't care about
See,
us.
this is why I don't believe you should eat the rich, because they're already filled with fucking poison.
but rich people taste like pork.
They're filled with poison, dude.
Angel,
Their
it's
hearts are
okay. We can.
black.
Angel, it's okay. We don't have to eat the hearts. We're not Klingons. We're not savages. We can actually just make it kosher or
It's not
halal
the
or something.
same. Oh, speaking of,
You know, just like upside down, drain it out, have a priest or a rabbi or an imam, like give it a blessing, and boom, you're done.
that's
All right,
another
let's
reason
season
why
it
I
with cumin.
fucking hate feral hogs.
40 or 50 or 30
They
or
don't
50
even have the
feral
decency
hogs.
to be good enough to eat.
Hold on, we got a bit of a buffering
Whoops,
issue going on.
sorry
Who
about
is
that.
moving?
No.
The fucking Pinkertons hijacked
The
your
Pinkertons
Wi-Fi.
hijacked us. How dare they?
They're trying to steal our internet and take our germs.
How dare they? The nerve.
Herkadur!
Listen, guys, let us know in the live chat if you could still hear us, please.
All
Put
you
sugar
gotta
on
do
top.
is get enough people that actually work in essential industry to go, fuck this, and you realize how quickly shit goes airship. You know what is stopping society from collapsing?
What?
One missed meal.
Good point.
This entire world is one missed meal away from collapsing. You know what happens when there's no more water? There is no more society.
I'm actually double checking.
Yeah,
on
no,
something
you
over
are
here.
absolutely
Give me a
right.
minute.
Like,
It's something up with
regardless
your
of how, regardless of how we present ourselves, we are in fact still human, and we need water.
I
Remember the Ant movie, man.
Angel, let's take just a moment over here because
Okay.
I do believe there is something happening with the stream. I'm not sure.
The fuck was up with that grasshopper that was
Give us a second, folks. Let us know in the chat if you could hear us this whole time.
What's up with that grasshopper?
Okay.
He was feral. He was drooling. He had rabies. And the other grasshoppers kept him on a leash. But on that standard, isn't that like a human keeping another human on a leash and basically treating them like a rabid pit bull?
Well, we're just, Lisa Boo's saying that we're just buffering like crazy. I got no.
It's just a buffering issue.
It's a buffering issue. It's not YouTube.
But getting back to the feral grasshopper, Juan, how do we address this?
Okay, simple. Do you remember 300?
Yeah.
Do you remember how the Persians had all these deformed freakos
Just
with
like that?
knives? Yeah, I like that.
Oh, another thing though. It occurs to me that the main character's invention may actually not be good for the colony in the long run. That little buzzer that he was using to pick up the wheat, it was grass, but it was wheat. He's cutting it down. Won't it take more time for the wheat to grow back instead of just climbing up the tree and pulling up the seeds? By cutting it down, the grass will take longer to grow, which means that he's kind of crippling his colonies like wheat, like grain production in the long run by doing that. The procedure is faster, yeah, but this is like saying, okay, I can climb the tree and pick the fruit, or I can cut the fucking tree down. I'll get another tree eventually. You know.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Also, you know what Pixar needs to bring back?
What?
Outtakes.
Yeah.
Come on, those were great.
Those are really fun. Man, I love Pixar.
Pixar was great.
Pixar was.
You know, when they used to actually make good movies.
I can hear now, says Aaron Cooper.
Okay, so looks like we're back.
So, like I said, like where they can see us, they can hear us. Right now, it's just a buffering issue. I don't know.
Also, what the fuck does the spider lady eat?
Angel, it's okay. Angel, it's okay.
They had a black widow in the circus team.
Angel,
she was one of the good guys, yes. But black spiders eat bugs. What does she eat?
She probably eats like larvae or something. Or like asshole bugs? I don't know.
I mean, the queen had that little green apith that was like a pet.
I don't know, man, but I'm starting to think of that one character from James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah, thank you.
So cool.
That movie was great.
That movie was great. I don't care what people say.
I'm not gonna lie, those chunks of peach made me hungry.
I know, right?
I was hungry.
We were hangry. Like, listen, guys. We like the fact of the matter is, like, we were basically busting our ass over here talking about how how people in the workplace need to be treated with freaking respect and dignity. Like, not just from our employees, or rather from our employers, but also from our fellow coworkers.
Exactly.
You know, everyone deserves to actually just be treated like
they have it rough enough as it is, man.
Yo, Kuristi, another
goodness, thank you.
$4.99 super sticker. That's the same Shiba Inu, the ginger doggy.
So we're pirating the shit out of that game, right?
Yes, we are.
Probably.
Okay.
But it looks like or Dragon Age isn't the only one that's taking all the hits.
Unfortunately, no.
Since we're talking about people having issues in the workplace, take a look.
Yeah, speaking of treated like human beings,
The Last of Us star Ashley Johnson and 6 others are suing Brian W. Foster for abuse.
Now this
Is Brian the director?
I think so. I'm not sure.
either Brian Foster is the director or he's the CEO. I'm not sure.
No, he's a civil case. It's another actor over here. Now this comes
Oh,
from
hey, it's Critical Role.
Yeah, this comes from comicbook.com by way of Christian Hoffer. This was 3 days ago on the 4th. Actress Ashley Johnson and 6 other women, including 2 current employees of Critical Role, have sued Brian W. Foster for abuse in a civil case in L.A. The suit, filed on Tuesday in the Superior Court of California, Los Angeles County, accuses Foster of domestic abuse, intentional infliction of emotional distress, sexual battery and assault, and stalking. A copy of the complaint, which was reviewed by comicbook.com, mentions several incidents previously stated in a restraining order filed by Johnson earlier this year, along with several new incidents. According to the complaint, Foster made, quote, wildly inappropriate and unwanted sexual comments to Johnson's sister while, quote, fueled by drugs and alcohol.
Oh, boy.
What are you doing drinking and getting high in the workspace to begin with, buddy?
No, dudes, we don't need to get...
Christ, bro.
The suit also states that Foster groped a Critical Role employee during a live event in Chicago in February of 2020. Another plaintiff, named as Jane Doe, alleges that Foster groped her and, quote, forcibly attempted to stick his hands down her pants while sitting in the audience at a separate event that took place in Austin in November 2019.
Oh, shit. Another plaintiff, also a current Critical Role employee, said that Foster demanded explicit photos of her and groped her during a coffee run in 2019. 2 years later, in 2021, Foster allegedly attempted to massage and grope the employee again at Johnson's home while they were filming a show. The lawsuit...
What the hell, man?
Like, what in the actual hell?
What's his name again? Foster?
Brian W. Foster.
Brian W. Foster. He is literally a piece of shit.
No, this is a allegation, and this is a complaint filed in court. Nothing's proven until we actually get a court date on here. So we still have to say that it's alleged over here.
All right,
We
fine.
gotta wait
Continue.
until it actually hits.
All right,
Exactly.
keep going.
The lawsuit notes that the employee did not report Foster's conduct back in 2019, quote, as she feared he would retaliate against her and was able to manipulate the plaintiff into staying quiet because the goodwill he calculatedly garnered with her at the beginning of her career. Critical Role provided comicbook.com with the following statement regarding the lawsuit, quote, we are aware of the civil complaint that includes disturbing details about the alleged behavior of one of our ex-employees, Brian W. Foster. While we can't get into the specifics of the lawsuit, we want to make it clear that we had no knowledge of any of his alleged behavior. It's heartbreaking to us that some of our colleagues went through this and we're committed to supporting him however we can. We are working with our HR team and our staff directly to ensure our workplace and culture live up to all our expectations.
The dude had like 3 roles before this. Critical Role was basically the biggest thing that ever gave him the biggest spotlight. Imagine ruining your spotlight over something like this. The dude doesn't even look half bad. He'd probably get punked and just by asking normally.
That is true.
What is up with all these good-looking dudes just resorting to the scussiest shit just to get laid?
He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it.
My
But he
man
does-
looks
but-
like a fucking rock star.
But no, no, that's exactly it. You just answered your question. He does it because he thinks he could get away with it because he can.
I guess it's the power
Gaston
dynamic.
principle.
I guess it's the
Gaston
power
principle.
dynamic thing, but like I said, we cannot at this point. The only thing we can
Because
say,
at this point, right now, it's just accusations.
Obviously.
okay,
But look at that.
seriously, look at this
A man
Chad.
like that shouldn't have no problem getting some sex if he wants.
Look at this Chadley dude. Why the hell does he allegedly need to sexually harass anybody to get his way?
It's so
Jesus, jumped
fucking
up Christ.
stupid.
Like, check it. And, like, hey there, K-Storm. That's K-Storm's
Hello, K-Storm. How
hair
you doing?
braid. In
But
the
yeah,
screen.
it's so...
Why is this guy having to
Allegedly.
The worst part is that there's numerous
Exactly.
accusations.
like why does he feel the need to?
Because Gaston.
Oh wait, because he doesn't know the meaning of no.
Some people really should
Allegedly.
learn. Also, I'm sorry.
I do.
I'm sorry.
All right,
He
let's.
does.
Angel, what were you gonna say?
I'm just saying, if I had 3 French blonde triplets right after me, I would not care about Belle. I'd be like, oh, hi, Belle. How's your day doing? Great. I'm have that. You know, that book looks fascinating. Excuse me. I'm going to have another threesome real quick. Like, dude, you imagine being Gaston, the Giga Chat of Disney France Village circa 1985. And you have literally,
1993.
thank you. You have every single person in the village loves you. Almost everybody respects you.
Needlessly love you.
You got a toady right next to you who is like, Gaston, I will sing your praises until the day I die. You got the hottest ladies in the village right ready to lay down their life and have your babies. But no, we gotta chase down the one girl that says no. Bro, come on. Come on,
For
bruh.
him, it's like
Bruh.
it's for him.
Bruh.
It isn't about what he can get. It's what he believes he should be able.
Well,
to
he's
get.
a moron.
Well, duh. That's the whole
Also,
point.
she's a furry. Why would you want
It's okay. It's okay. The beast changes into a hunky
So
dude.
was he like a lion? Because he looked like a lion.
It was like a
Except for the
lion,
horn.
Lion,
minotaur,
kinda minotaur,
bear,
bear.
wolf guy,
A lion bear.
A lion bull, a bullion.
bear lion,
A bear
Yo,
lion.
Folks,
a
let us know in
loon.
the chat what the beast was. Was he a
Now,
lion,
what
a
the hell
bear,
was that?
a
'Cause
tiger?
it looks like an oversized lion on one side, but the upper body looks like a bear's, and he has the short horns that look like a bull's.
Hang on a minute. I think we're gonna get an
Hey,
answer
hold
to that
on, Matthew
question.
Cobra was saying, "Dang it, I like Ashley Johnson. I know Ashley Johnson from back when she was the new daughter on Growing Pains, right?
Nice.
What in
Yeah.
the world? Hold on, K-Storm's got a take.
I think
Mara?
I think he's barely a lion.
Get out.
out.
Leave and never return. Also,
Love you, honey, but that hurt.
Jesus Christ.
That that hurt. That was painful.
That was good.
No,
What
that
did we
was-
do to deserve this?
Well, clearly we exist. We live in a society.
We do live in a society, and
Christ.
K-Storm is right. We are 3 assholes on the internet.
Point
Yes,
in
we
case
are.
is from the beginning of Gaston, the tale of handsome dude that for some reason cannot seem to like get sex regularly has become a tale as
Allegedly.
old as time, allegedly speaking. Now, hopefully, justice is done one way or another. But man, why you gotta go and ruin your phone like that? Dude?
Like, seriously, okay. So Brian Foster is part of Critical Role, and
Yeah.
obviously Critical Role is a big badass experience of bringing tabletop RPG games to life for all your enjoyment. And the fact of the matter is, this kind of allegation coming out, that just puts a sour pall on all of it.
Yeah.
And it sucks because lots of folks love Critical Role, and now Brian W. Foster inexorably, by way of this allegation, has inadvertently tainted
At
the
least he's
image
not
of
a main
Critical Role.
character, unlike the one cool guy left in there, Matthew
Bernadette
Mercer.
Lone Fire's in the chat.
Hello,
Hey,
hello.
Bernadette.
Welcome,
Hello.
welcome.
Birthday
Thank you for
sibling.
joining us.
Now, that
Thank
being
you.
said, if these allegations actually turn out to be true, and if this guy is convicted, then
There's civil lawsuits.
all right, right.
So it's a liability.
Yeah, if this turns out to be true, then yeah,
Ouch.
He's
Then
fucked.
he's giga-fucked.
he's
But
fucked, and it will ruin the reputation of.
You got screwed at this point, dude.
at this point, it becomes a matter of who can prove the most likely scenario. Would it be Ashley Johnson and the other plaintiffs, or would it be Brian W. Foster and God knows whatever kind of evidence he might be able to bring up or dig up? So all we could say right now is, yeah, like no one deserves workplace harassment like that or sexual harassment like that. It's bullshit. But we hope to God that that it's done right and that the truth comes out, which is supposed to be how our justice system works.
Yes,
Like, we're supposed to have justice in the world, Jose.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Angel, Jose, not you, Jose. I mean you, Jose.
I know we're supposed to have justice.
No, but but the fact of the matter is, just some shit doesn't make sense.
We're supposed to have justice.
We're supposed
but,
to have
but,
nice things.
But those dreams only apply to just us.
Sweet things are made of these. But
Who
who am
am I
I
to
to disagree?
I traveled the world in the 7 seas.
Everybody's looking for something, right?
Like seriously, like what
So grind down the universe to the finest powder, and sieve it to the finest sieve, and show me one molecule of justice, one atom of mercy. And yet, do we believe that those things are as firmly entrenched as the air we breathe, and we believe that they must be attained as some sort of law? Do you believe this? Yes. You must believe in the things that are not real, because how else can they become? Death said that.
God damn, isn't that the which
Voiced
world,
by Christopher Lee.
which world was that?
Discworld, baby.
Discworld.
When
Yeah.
he was talking to his niece, when he goes, what would have happened if, the auditors have won? The sun would have not have risen last night. What would have happened? A burning ball of gas would have risen instead. So you're saying that humans need imagination to have the sun? No.
No.
Humans need imagination to be human. To be the point where the falling angel meets the rising ape. And if that is not one of the hardest fucking lines, I don't know what it is.
I know, I totally understand what you mean, but we do deserve justice in this world. Matthew Coburn was saying he never really got into Critical Role. I was into Geek and Sundry until Felicia Day sold it. God dang it!
Ah,
And she was like such a badass in that series too.
Yeah.
Man, like okay,
All things have to end. Some things end with a whimper instead of a bang, unfortunately.
and some things refuse to die properly. Some things refuse to say, "Okay, I've had my stay. I've had my fill. I've made my my purse. I've made my bag of cash. It's time for me to walk off to the sunset and move on."
Sometimes it's better like that.
But like I said, Angel,
there are games that refuse to die.
and
Like
refuse.
Call of Duty.
Oh no, Call of Duty is not a game anymore. It's a freaking gambling system.
It's a gambling system. But
And,
Just like the MBK games right now.
thankfully, this is not a gambling system. But this is a game that's that's long past its
it's 5 minutes of fame. Yeah.
It's 5 minutes of fame, folks. It looks like we're going to be getting a remastered sequel, a remastered sequel of The Last of Us Part 2.
So for the record,
What
the
the
first game has
literal-
been remastered and re-released like 3 fucking times by now.
Oh my
Isn't
god!
this like the first official remaster of this?
Of the second one, yes.
All right, this article comes out by The Gamer by way of George Foster. Is published yesterday. Angel, take it away.
An employee accidentally said this, apparently. A
A
Naughty
Naughty
Dog
Dog
employee has listed The Last of Us 2 Remaster on their link profile, giving more evidence that the re-release for the
LinkedIn?
PS5 is on its way.
The LinkedIn under LinkedIn. What kind of a dope does that, dude?
The people
That's
that
what-
work for remember, this is the same company that allows somebody to just walk out with the script of the game, which they leaked onto the internet, resulting in countless sales being lost and a lot of good money being saved.
That's how the Las Vegas hackers got their way into the
Wow.
Caesar's Palace International stuff.
Man, this is how you
Dude.
know Ocean's 11 is fiction, because they go through all these problems to get into a bank, and somebody can just go, "Hello, yes, it is I am
I am John employee.
my
Please
name
give
John
is
employee.
John Lemon Lee Man. I am the IT man Why do you sound constipated? I'm Indian. Stop being racist. Give me your password.
Dude, that's horrible.
That's bad.
Not as horrible as you giving me this password.
Damn it! And now they had, and then they had all those casinos held hostage. Let's continue.
Indeed. One of the most talked about PlayStation rumors over the past few years, especially since the release of TLOU Part 1, is that Naughty Dog is working on a remaster of The Last of Us Part 2, because Sony is never beating the no games allegations, ever.
Oh my god!
The rumor re-release has been reported several times by insiders over the last few years. A new piece of evidence has just popped that all but confirms the game existence. As pointed out by Resetera user Redcon the 19th. The original spotted by Angie, the employee in question is Mark Pajarillo, Little Bird.
Pajarillo.
I guess the little bird did tell us after all.
Oh my god, a little birdie told us.
Literally.
Birdie, oh my god.
Pajarillo, that's freaking Spanish for little bird. Holy shit.
Thomas Bird. A lead artist at Naughty Dog. On his LinkedIn profile, Pajarillo notes that he has been responsible for overseeing the production of all outsourced environments, art access, weapons, and interactive props.
For both Last of Us
Don't
Part
bullshit
1
me, dude.
and Last of Us Part 2.
Those were like
remastered.
5% of the game, the second game. So
Look
yeah,
at this
there's the big thing. Not only does this seemingly confirm that the long rumor, well, you can call it 3 years long, remaster is in development at Naughty Dog, but it also suggests that it's going to be called The Last of Us Part 2 Remaster instead of called the Director's Cut, like some had theorized. Really? Because I was expecting it to be called that, with a nice picture of, Neil Druckmann stroking his own dick.
Give me a second over here. Andy Signore, he actually had a
Hey, boy.
little bit more over here. Brian Forrest was a massive prick. I had him on the original Man-at-Arms.
Damn,
And
really?
he turned into such an ego prick, trying to talk smack on me.
Huh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So there was always problems.
So he was always a dick.
He was always an asshole, yeah.
Imagine having
Shit.
that big of an ego with like 3 acting credentials. Oh yeah,
Right?
IMDb page.
Who the
Bro.
hell? Like, okay, it's almost like Ray Fisher. He only had one big role. Oh, I was Cyborg one time, and now he fucking demands like all this freaking acknowledgement. I'd actually forgotten about him until this reminded me of that, and you brought him.
You know what
in
the best part is though? It
What's
doesn't
up?
matter how famous Ray Fisher gets. If I say Cyborg, they think of the cool black dude that voiced him in the Teen Titans
In the,
cartoon.
cartoons, hell yeah.
That's the
yeah.
only-
Or the other dude who's in Doom Patrol.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, exactly. See,
Oh.
All right, but
Alright.
when I think of the name Fisher, I just think of that main character from Splinter Cell.
All I think about is Lawrence Fishburne.
what
you know,
did
the
he,
cooler
what did
black
he
dude.
do? I heard his name, but didn't hear earlier.
He has been accused of the sexual harassment.
He
By
has
Ashley Johnson and other employees on critical roles.
See, I don't want to believe on things without evidence, but if Andy's telling me this dude was an egocentric prick all the way back then,
That doesn't help his character.
the scale is tilting.
I'm
Now,
afraid. You're right.
calling this a remaster does seem to imply that any changes to the game are likely going to be minimal, so you can enjoy the horror from beginning to end. And it's probably just a graphical update. What the fuck do we need a graphical... Guys,
We don't need a graphical update. Wasn't the PS5 already
I got a tangent
graphically
here.
upscaling?
No.
I got
No,
a
no.
tangent here.
Let's
We
shut
need an
up.
angel rant.
This is an angel rant. We need to put our
The
mics down.
industry
This
has
is rare.
never- I used to think that the industry was going to shit when they started selling paid DLC horse armor. I was wrong. That was but a symptom of the worst aspect of the Western video game industry. And it's because the horse deserved it. The point is, we're in the worst part, and that is the obsession with graphical fidelity. More details, more pixels, more ray tracing. I don't even know what the fuck ray tracing does. More reflections, more 60, 50, 80 FPS. We are reaching a point that the graphics are so beautiful that there is no way to make them better. I've seen people grouse on and on about how beautiful their PC makes the graphics look, and how powerful the engine is. And I'm sitting here going... Yeah, okay, and every single goddamn of these games just keeps striving to be the most beautiful thing you ever seen, and the gameplay continues to be undiluted, by the numbers, third person, storage focused garbage. The God of War games that came out in 2018 and 2022 respectively are very pretty. They still are shit gameplay wise compared to God of Wars 1, 2, and 3. It is that simple. You know why I love Devil May Cry 5? Not because it has beautiful graphics, but because the gameplay is better than 1, 2, 3, and 4 combined. It's never been about the looks. Nintendo's graphics are barely goddamn evolved from the 3D era, and they still make some of the best titles I've ever seen. Do you have any idea how fucking shitty the graphics are for Metroid Dread? That I can count the fucking polygons on Samus helmets in some cutscenes. And guess what? It's still one of the best games I ever played. Look at the recent Smash Brothers game. It looks pretty. It doesn't look like it's 4th gen. One of the best games they ever came out with. It has never been about the graphics. It's about the style. Realistic graphics are shit. Stylized graphics. Those are the ones that make the world go around. To this day, people remember things like
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Suda 51's
Okami.
Killer is there. Okami. The Jet Set radio series and the Bomb Rush Cyberphone remake. Fucking Hi-Fi Rush. A game with good style will withstand the test of ages. A game with realistic style will become outdated the second the next realistic game comes out. Time and time and time again we have suffered. And I don't know you folks, but I am never paying $70 for a fucking game in my life. I don't care how long it takes for it to go on discount. It doesn't matter if I have to pirate it. If the only thing you have to offer me is better graphics, you are offering me nothing worth a damn. Right now we're playing Wonderful 101. That game, every single character looks like it's made of inflatable wax balloons. And it's still one of the best games I ever played. And that should tell you something. I do not have TED Talks. I have podcasts. Jamie, play the clip.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Damn, bro.
There. I apologize. I have grown tired of this industry and its increasingly shitty practices.
Yeah, no, and what their shitty practices and their expectations of what they think makes a great game in 2023.
Like
we're not
ourselves, if
looking
they could
for
charge
the
you
games
$80, they could.
We're not looking for the games to look pretty. We want them to be
Or look
fun.
real.
Consider the following. Thank you, K-Storm. Functional games.
And-
Hey, K-Storm, do you enjoy playing Skyrim still? Just a question, do you still enjoy Skyrim?
Skyrim.
Let me see. I have a copy for the 360, the PC, the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4, my Switch.
So let me ask you
So
something.
yes, yes I
On
do.
a scale of 1 to 10, how good are those graphics? Be honest with me.
It needs more color.
Needs work out of 10. But is the game good?
Yes,
Is it fun to play?
yes,
Do you have fun?
yes.
And that's all it takes. Shit, look at the most recent game, Sky Tears of the Sad Kingdom. It looks
Oh, you mean
prettier.
the thing that I'm playing right now,
Yeah,
obsessively?
You could say that, yeah, it looks prettier than its predecessor, but it's not exactly what you would call high quality. You would call it watercolor style.
I
And
love
yet,
watercolor style.
that style makes it stand out so much.
Oh, way up there,
Compared to
Lorraine Lamore.
realistic.
I don't think so.
That's
Hello,
what
Lorraine.
matters.
Oh, I don't think so.
I will remember how that game looks. I will remember how Wind Waker looks. Hell, I remember how Twilight Princess looks because it's not going for realistic. It's going for shadow and dark.
Twilight Princess is one of my favorites.
It's great.
Don't
favorite.
forget that Twilight Princess also had that awesome like PS3 style bloom going
Yeah,
on.
and it actually fit the
and it
scene
fit the
because of
theme.
Twilight shit.
Mhm.
The point is, once again, stylized games will always be better than realistic games. Hell, look at Cyberpunk. It's not going for realism.
It's
No,
for
it's going for its own world. It's
style.
going for style.
It's realistically stylized, and that's why it works so well.
Now-
Meanwhile, you could show me a series of the most recent realistic first-person Call of whatever the fuck games, and I'd be like, these are all the same picture.
Oh yeah, no. The Last of Us is one of the most egregious examples of realistic games that try to overshoot, but they underdeliver.
Yeah, it's
in
pretty.
terms of story play, and
Sure.
it's got a compelling story,
How's
but the
the gameplay?
gameplay is.
Oh, trust me, not even the story is that compelling halfway through. Imagine fumbling a revenge story.
Angel, it's okay. We all know the story, and we all know that. What's his face? Who's the head of Naughty Dog? What's his freaking name again?
Neil
Duckman.
Dickman.
He's a dick.
Yeah, no. And yeah, we've actually got all the articles for everything that's on here in the comments in the live chat. So if anyone wanted to read this again, you're more than welcome to, including the story about Brian Foster. And right now,
Exactly.
we just had this wonderful Angel rant about video gaming.
sorry.
No, you're fine. Don't be. Listen.
Angel, you
Angel,
don't gotta be sorry about this.
Do not apologize for your opinions.
Don't apologize
Those
for
are
your
your
passion.
beliefs.
No, those were facts. Now, although there is nice to get even more evidence that the remaster is on the way and the end of the rumors, those LinkedIn post is far from the first time that somebody has leaked this information. The biggest leak actually came from the Last of Us composer, the music guy,
Gustavo Santaolalla.
Gustavo Santaolalla. Doesn't that mean Saint Towel?
Santaolalla.
Who mentioned during the podcast that there's a new version of the game in the works that lets players interact with his character in Jackson and specifically request songs to be played. So there we have it, people. Just in case that PlayStation didn't have enough games, now it gets a few more third-person, story-focused, boring as shit, crappily written games for your viewing pleasure. Let me check something real quick.
Go right
Okay, what
ahead.
you checking for,
I was gonna say, like,
Last of Us total... Hang on, let me look at the words.
go right ahead.
Last of Us 2 total playtime.
I typed it once. Let me see
20
here.
to 25 hours.
What?
Last of Us 2 total cutscenes.
Give it a sec.
10 hours and 57 minutes of cutscenes.
Hold on.
I expect 10 hours
Give me
and
a
57 minutes of cutscenes
Give me a
total.
second. 'cause
All
I've
the
got-
cutscenes of the game
Hold on.
combined
Hold on.
clock up to almost 11 hours.
Dude,
Hold
I expect
on.
this from Hideo Kojima.
Yeah, but at least
I
the
was
gameplay
about-
will be fun.
I
Metal
know.
Gear Solid 4 total playtime. 18 and a half hours in length.
Pretty decent. Okay,
see.
now check the cutscene.
Let's see here. Metal Gear Solid 4 total cutscenes. 8 hours.
8.
And you know how, like,
8.
folks, when
And
Metal
admittedly,
Gear
that is
Solid
a lot
4,
of cutscenes, but at the same time,
when Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, people were complaining how it was way too fucking long to go through because it had so many cutscenes, it was so boring, there's so much stuff, there's no gameplay. And this shit, the guys that we've got over here with Neil Fuckman and Last of Us, they've basically taken the wrong lessons from Metal Gear Solid 4 and applied it here to the Last of Us game. And now people are celebrating, oh, the Last of Us is so great, it's such a compelling story, it's such wonderful storytelling and stuff. Like, yeah, where the hell were you mofos when MGS4 was doing the same thing?
Hardcore fans are fickle.
Nope, people are dumb. They forget their history.
also coincidentally, Metal Gear 2 was 13 to 15 hours, but it only had 5 hours of cutscenes.
You see what I mean? You see what I freaking mean?
Amazing. Oh, well, thank you kindly for popping in at 2 goddamn a.m., my dude.
2 in
Thank
the
you so
morning,
much.
Holy Lord.
We appreciate you
Damn.
sacrificing your sleep schedule to hear me scream about how much I fucking hate the game industry right now. But more importantly is the fact that no matter how hard we try, it's stuck in there. The companies are stuck in there and they're just remaking, replaying, redoing, re-releasing the same shit over and over and over.
Rinse and
Some of the
repeat.
best games that have come out recently are remakes of older, better games. And at this point, what is there to say except
Rinse and repeat.
one game? I don't know why. I bought a PS5 with no games to buy. Keep that in mind. The design is right to improve loading times. That's all I know. Console exclusives are key. Watch them fly by as they port to PC. Lost exclusives at the end of the day, and I have no games to play. It's so unfair.
Hey, S. Miller,
Didn't
thank you
go
for
count
popping
the goal.
in. Yes,
Throw my
you're
console
welcome.
right out the window.
Window.
Tried to hold on, but it didn't know I wasted it all to watch movies.
Oh
They
my
made a whole song about this.
damn.
I try. Hold on, let me see here.
They made a whole song about this. But yeah, once again, the PlayStation
I
has no
cried
games.
so hard for
And
games
I
at
stood
launch, but in the end, it's
it
just
doesn't
got
got
no
no
games.
games.
Bought PS
Yes.
Plus
Oh my
and
God.
paid so much, but in the end, it's just got no games.
All right, let's stop right there.
Games.
I think now is a good way to
Thank you, S. Miller, for joining in. And yeah, no, thank you for joining us with the little update that we got from Andy on here in terms of
Yeah, Andy's
his
gonna
health.
be fine. Andy's
He'll
gonna be good.
live.
With your support, with all support, we know that Andy's gonna come back over here,
'Cause he's our boy.
bigger than life and twice as fierce.
Hells yeah. That being said, we have reached the end of the program, and we appreciate all of you tuning in. You guys have been great in the live chat, and we especially appreciate Steph the Alternerd and Popcorn Planet, Andy himself.
Andy Signore,
Andy
the Lord
Signore.
and Ruler.
Yeah, everything know. At this point, they know who we're talking about. We appreciate Steph and Andy jumping in on the chat as well. You guys have been awesome, fantastic. So, a couple of announcements to wrap things up before we go. Yeah, for next week's edition of Wrestle Rewind, which is every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube and Kick, along with my wrestling reviews of WWE NXT, AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. Well, actually, next week is going to be a different format because WWE NXT and AEW Dynamite are actually going to be going head-to-head counter-programming on Tuesday nights.
So it
folks,
finally begins.
once again,
The Tuesday Night War has returned.
Gentlemen, the corporate wars have begun again.
Angel, you got to understand. For this week's and for this coming week's edition of NXT, they stacked it with a whole bunch of special appearances.
They're bringing in Cody Rhodes. They're bringing in the Japanese wrestler, the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. They're bringing in John Cena.
But how?
It's okay.
No, I mean, how did they find
They
it?
gave him a tracking device. He wears it in his wristband.
Oh, okay. That explains it.
And on next week's edition of AEW Dynamite, which is titled Title Tuesday, clever, we get to see the actual in-ring debut of the Rated R superstar, Edge, formerly known as Adam Copeland, formerly known as WWE Superstar Edge, to wrestle for the first time in AEW.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's
Lots
a
of first times going around.
It's a
here.
big deal on Tuesday. Also, I shat on it just this past Thursday night all over because this coming Tuesday also happens to be the birthday of AEW CEO, President, and Head Booker Tony fucking Khan,
Oh,
aka
goodness.
my favorite coked out dweeb with a pubic fro hair who's clearly never seen boobies a day in his
You know
life.
how
He's never known the touch of a woman.
You know how Scrooge McDuck has a bolt of money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a bolt of cocaine. He
He
just swims in a white
just-
ocean every day.
He just swims in that.
And next week, along with that, we're also going to discuss the main event of this year's pay-per-view event, WWE Fastlane in Indianapolis, Indiana,
Which is happening now.
which is happening right now. It's happening right now on the WWE Network and Peacock. And the main event, if I'm not mistaken, is a tag match playa
Holla, holla.
with the team representing the Bloodline, Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa, versus the white-hot popular megastar, L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Teaming up with the aforementioned John Cena.
Etc.
Man, imagine getting your ass kicked by someone you can't even see.
The dude is just fighting. The man is fighting his inner demons and he's losing badly, bro. I'm a fight my inner demons. Got to. Damn, my inner demons got hands.
Now, Angel,
Holy
I think
Lord
we did a
in
lot
heaven.
better this time around in Wonderful
A
One-on-One.
little
Do you
better,
think
yes.
a little better? Do you think we could keep that trend going?
We certainly can, because every Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will join in Los Amigos Play, where we will perform ever heroic deeds to protect Blossom City from the evil claws of Geth Jerk.
I wish we could make up those kind of names. And, folks, if you haven't been tuning in, The Wonderful 101 is a hilariously cartoony video game that was made by Platinum Games, only on Nintendo on the Wii U, and it's basically your biggest, most dorky Saturday morning superhero cartoon in video game form.
Guys.
It is freaking fun.
I have some amazing news that I just found out right now.
Fun was
What's
that?
up?
Small little detail, but I understand that some of you out there are a little doubtful that the current author of Holy Land, friend of Miura, may continue faithfully the adaptation of Berserk. It has been revealed through a personal interview that he was the one that convinced Miura to go through with the Eclipse.
Oh, snap.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
the scene that defined Berserk in the minds of people everywhere. His friend told him, "No, do it. Do
You
that.
gotta be
Do
freaking
just
kidding.
that."
Nice.
So there you
Awesome.
have it. If that alone doesn't convince you, I don't know what. So just wanted to get that out of the way.
Now,
That's
before
fantastic,
before
man.
we get to that, we do have to tune in Wednesday nights, don't we, Juan?
You're damn right we do. And folks, if you've noticed over here on this program on the Ravens Flock, we've been covering all sorts of different news stories in the world of nerd and pop culture, going for something intimate and something that's meaningful to us personally, like the welfare and the health of our friend Andy Signore, to something completely obscure but also relevant in terms of the social zeitgeist that we're all living in right now, like people unionizing and being penalized for it in their work in the video game.
How dare you want rights, you piece of subhuman scum?
And other people trying to fight for their personal their personal agency in a lawsuit alleging that one of their coworkers had committed personal acts of sexual aggravation on them, like the freaking Brian W. Foster. God damn it, man. So, but if you guys notice over here, we covered a whole bunch of different stories tonight on the Ravenslock. But on my program, The Black Files, which is live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, we focus in on just one story, and we cut in deep. We cut in as deep as possible. It gets dark, and it gets heavy, but we always try to lean towards the truth. Just this past Wednesday, I actually went ahead and talked about the life of Eugenia Cooney, who is a very popular influencer slash beauty vlogger here on YouTube and on TikTok
You
and
may also
Twitch.
know her as the world's slowest suicide victim.
God damn it, Angel.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
He's not wrong.
I'm not gonna
He's not
sugarcoat
wrong.
it. If I sneeze on that person, she's going to explode.
She's probably going to tip over and collapse, but that's a problem here. The issue is that, on the one hand, this episode of the Black Files that we had garnered more views than we've ever had in this entire year thus far. Nearly 1,700 views for this entire episode. On the downside, because we were talking about someone's dealing with clear signs of anorexia and psychological issues, refusing to take treatment for themselves and literally wasting away in front of us.
We got slammed.
We got slammed with the yellow Dolan of Doom. We got hit down and limited with our monetization because apparently Uncle Neil doesn't like when we get real.
Oh no, that's too horrible. You shouldn't say that.
Oh no, I guess we shouldn't talk about somebody hurting themselves and us expressing our concern for them. Oh no, I guess we shouldn't be talking about stuff that's actually a legitimate problem. We should just be goofing and like just singing happy songs all fucking day. No, at the Ravens Flock, we talk about the truth. It may be ugly, it may be unpleasant, but we bring the news to you guys in the world of nerd and pop culture, especially on the Black Files. And if you're looking for those kind of hard-hitting stories that we can go into a deep dive on, then you go ahead and you request access as we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time for the Black Files.
And of course, tune into our main show, the #1 show on our channel, The Ravens Flock, every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube and Kick, where we, the motley crew of nerds, myself, Angel Mendez, and Mr. Juan Arouse, will be here to discuss with you the latest in news and topics that's circulating in the world of nerd and geek culture. Whether it's a slow week, a busy week, or even a dead week, there's always something to talk about. There's always something up in the clouds, and we're here to bring it down to earth to discuss it with all of you. And we appreciate every one of you, each and every one of you tuning in right now. You guys have been excellent. You guys have been great.
You're all such wonderful folks. And sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. You are all such wonderful folks. You went ahead and supported Andy. You go ahead and support us. We're thankful for you guys every single week, no matter what. David March made his way into the chat. Hey, up! He's
Hello,
a
David
legend.
March.
Yo,
He's
Dave,
a
thanks,
legend.
dude.
Holy shit, David
Thank you
March,
for joining
welcome
us.
to
You have been awesome. Now, everything that we've been doing here on this channel, from our multiple shows to our quarter subathons to our watch parties and to our con appearances, our interviews, our collaboration with other YouTubers such as the aforementioned Popcorn Planet, Steph the Alternator, Geeks 5 Ether, etc. Everything is all part of our determination from 2013 to make your voice our mission. Now, with that being said, Juan, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Folks, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of The Ravens Flock, hosted by Jose Casabona, Angel Mendez, and yours truly, Juan Arouse, as we bring you the latest news of the world of nerd and pop culture, working hard and staying strong to make your voice our mission. Tune in as we go live every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting live on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe or the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button or the subscribe button if you're on Kick, and be sure to leave comments after the show. Give us your takes, your thoughts, your ideas. Let us know what you think and what you feel so that we can be in touch with you. And until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/The Ravens Flock, Twitter.com/Ravens Flock 13, Instagram.com/The Ravens Flock Online, Kick.com/The Ravens Flock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, youtube.com/The Ravens Flock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting live edition of our flagship show. Nerds watching all over the internet, we are The Ravens Flock, and get well soon, Andy.